So welcome everybody to another What's on Dave's Shelf. This is the finale video for the last chunk of shelving that I have behind me, as you guys can see. This is the last batch of D&D 5th edition stuff. So we're going to take a look at, this is all of the supplements, third-party stuff, box sets, and utility stuff that I have. So I don't have everything utility-wise. There's a bunch of, like I mentioned in the first video, there's a bunch of DM screens for each one of the modules, like Horde of the Dragon Queen, Princess of Apocalypse. There are special DM screens for all those adventures. I never bought them. So, yeah, that's just stuff that I just don't have. So I'm going to set some of this stuff aside really quick. So let's do that, and we'll start with, let's start with the box sets. So this is the D&D starter box set. It came out on the day that D&D was released along with the Player's Handbook. And I like the starter box set for the price point. I think the starter box set was $10 or something like that. Great price point. You get dice. You get your Lost Mine of Phandelver adventure, which, like I said, this is one of the best adventures. I think this is probably I'm going to say this is a top 25 adventure of all time for D&D. I mean, it's a great adventure. The story's great. I love the lore about the mines. It's good. Lost Mine of Phandelver is good. It has your starter set rule book, which this is actually the only book where it actually talks about scrolls, believe it or not. So, yeah. Then you have some pre-made characters. You have a dex-based fighter, which, is the great thing about D&D 5th edition. You have pre-made characters here. Little flyer for you also. But that's all you get. That's what you get. But it's $10. I would have rather seen them go above and beyond like they used to in 4th edition and add maps and tile sets and, pogs and all that stuff. It would have been a higher price point, but I would have liked to have seen that as an option, but that's just my opinion. But I think you can still get this for $7 to $10 or so. And like I said, buy it for the Lost Mine of Phandelver. I mean, that adventure is awesome. Seriously. So next we have a starter set that had just come out with the huge popularity of the show Stranger Things. This is the adventure that Will, if you haven't watched Stranger Things, Will is one of the main characters of the story, and he runs this adventure. And that's how the whole entire series starts, is Will and his friends are around the table, and they're fighting the Demogorgon. So yeah, there you go. It comes with 2 of the Demogorgon miniatures. They're actually painted. Really nice. This has a rule book, just like there was for the starter box set. It has some pre-made characters that the kids were playing in the show. Has some dice, and then it has the adventure. So it's called the Thessal Hydra, which is actually the Demogorgon. So there you go. Stranger Things box set. Interesting. I actually ran that because I work. I'm a full-time employee with Fantasy Grounds. So when we had our VIP Kickstarter party down in Florida last year in July, I actually ran that for Rob Toohey and John, or Moon Wizard, his daughter, and several others. So we had a good time playing it, and it's a pretty good adventure. And it's definitely, but that was definitely targeted to get a younger audience into Dungeons and Dragons, much like the Ravnica for Magic the Gathering, to try to entice in. So now here's a nice box set, the Essentials kit. This is a Target exclusive for a little while. This is actually a really nice box set. I've seen what's inside of it. I haven't opened mine up yet, but this is the way a box set should be. This is a beautiful box set. This has a 64-page rule book for the starter rules. This has Dragon of Icefire Peak, an introductory adventure. I believe it's for characters level 5 to 8 or 5 to 10. It's got a double-sided poster map. Dungeon Master screen. It's got blank character sheets. It's got an 11-piece set of dice. It has 81 cards in a little box that has all of your sidekicks, your magic items, and all that other stuff. So this is a really nice box. And this was, I think, it was $25. And they were sold out like hotcakes. And Target couldn't get them in, I guess. Target was out of them. So that inflated the price of these. Well, I actually found this at Target here in El Paso. I guess nobody plays D&D here in El Paso. But I found one, I bought it, and I haven't opened it up. So, in fact, I did have one, but I sent it to my son as part of his Christmas gift. So, yeah. But the Essentials kit is actually a really nice box set. And it's really cheap. It was only like $25. I'm not sure how much they are now, but you could probably find them on eBay. Here we go. Another, I guess, is to get young kids or young adults into playing D&D. Rick and Morty. I've never watched a cartoon. I guess it's pretty popular. Not my cup of tea, but it does have a 64-page rule book. It has Big Rick Energy, a 44-page adventure. It has a Dungeon Master screen, 5 pre-generated characters, and another 11-piece set of dice. And it's for Rick and Morty, so yeah. I guess it's a show on Adult Swim. This is actually more than the Essentials, probably because there's all kinds of other hands that are wanting profit on this, like the TV show and stuff. So, and the network that they're on. So yeah, this is $30. But if you're into Rick and Morty, give it a try. That was actually the last box set. Here's a very nice honorable mention. The Tome of Beasts. This was a Kickstarter by Kobold Press several years back, probably 3-4 years ago. And it is a massive book. It's almost 450 pages. And it is nothing but D&D 5th edition monsters. I mean, Wolfgang over there at Kobold Press did an amazing job. This is a very reasonably priced Kickstarter. It's for D&D, 5e. It is amazing. This puts a lot of the monsters to shame by Wizards of the Coast. And if you play a lot of D&D 5th edition, if you don't have the 5e Tome of Beast, you got to get. And I'm not really into third-party supplements, as you guys know. I'm not into DM's Guild and stuff like that. But this is an amazing book. This puts to shame a lot of the Wizards material. So check out the Tome of Beast. And then as part of the Kickstarter, the Tome of Beast also had the pawns. These are just like the ones that Pathfinder puts out. And there's 300 pawns. So every single monster that is available in the Tome of Beast is also available here. And this was actually part of the Kickstarter. This was a reward. So I have pawns for all of those. Another reward from that Kickstarter, as I just knock everything around, was the Book of Layers. This is a huge book of nothing but D&D 5th edition adventures. There's probably 20 adventures in here. And these are great plug-and-play adventures. There you go. There's all the adventures right there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 20, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 25 adventures. There's a digital map pack for this as well. And these adventures are amazing. I'm not joking. This is a good third-party supplement. I'm not into third-party supplements, but this is good. Here's 12 Peculiar Towers for D&D 5th edition. This is also an adventure. And this is actually, I read this PDF. I got this as a reward from a Kickstarter, and I had to buy the print on demand. The print on demand was like, I think it was $20, and then it gave you a free PDF again. But yeah, this is actually really good. It has new monsters and all that other good stuff in here. Here's some pawns for the Creature Codex, which is, I think it's part 2 of the Tome of Beasts, but there was actually just a Tome of Beasts 2 Kickstarter, I think, which I didn't actually back. The prices were just a little bit too high because of the first Tome of Beast was such a success. The prices on the subsequent Kickstarters went up, and I just decided not to back them. So here's all the pawns from the Creature Codex. I love pawns. You can never have too many miniatures and pawns. Here is the Creature Codex Layers book. There's a lot more adventures in here. Not 25, but there's a total of 9 adventures. So you go from 25 down to 9. But this is same price point. So you get 25 adventures and layers, or you can get 9 in this one. So I recommend getting the first one. Here's something I already showed you guys. This is Curse of the Full Moon. This is a great adventure. This was actually in a loot crate that I got as a preview several years back from Loot Crate. This is D&D 5th edition. This is by Jonathan and them over at Adventure Week. And actually, I'll say this about Adventure Week. I'm a huge fan of Adventure Week because of the organization. As a DM, this is just amazingly put together, these modules. Lots of beautiful art. Look at how everything is tagged. For all your skill checks are in purple, notes are in green boxes, your monsters are in red boxes. I mean, this content, treasure, is in like a aqua blue. Yeah, these Adventure Week modules are massively, these are massive adventures. These are awesome adventures. Maps in the back of the book that you can, use with your players. I mean, they're not 1-inch grids, but yeah, still. Yeah, a very nice quality product. AdventureWeek.com. This was a huge letdown. This is the Dungeon of the Mad Mage. This is maps and miscellany. I knew that they were going to be black and white, but I thought they were going to be fold-out maps with 1-inch grids, especially for the price point. The price point was what? $25. So what they did was they printed out 23 sheets of printing paper. They printed out 23 maps of the Underdark. They printed out some cards, some Elder Runes cards, but I really thought that these were going to be 1-inch grids that you could use, especially for $25. You basically get like about 30 pieces of paper in here, and it's in a nice little folio that it's like a little folder that you open it up and there's 2 pockets. But yeah, this was a huge disappointment. Yeah, you can't even use them. I mean, honestly, you can't use them for minis unless your minis are like 1 millimeter. Then you could use them. The D&D in 5th edition Dungeon Master screen. I'm not going to go into this too much, but yeah. Anyways, the Dungeon Master screen for 5th edition, it looks nice, but there's, just hardly anything for tables. This isn't like a traditional Dungeon Master screen, in my opinion. There's a lot of information that I'm wondering why is even on here, and I'm just not. The art's beautiful, but the screen itself, wah, wah, wah. Yeah, so I guess it was so horrible and everybody voiced their opinion on it, they made another one a couple of years later called the Dungeon Master Screen Reincarnated. And the art is beautiful. Like I said, it's a 4-panel screen. But it's like almost the identical version of the first screen. Wah, wah, wah. There's a lot of other third-party screens out there that you can get and make your own, and just use Photoshop and put your blocks wherever you want, print them out, and put them into the sleevelets. But yeah, I'm not a big fan of these, even though I know D&D 5th edition is a rule-light game, folks. But yeah, these screens were Let Down 1 and Let Down 2 reincarnated. Now this product, holy cow! This product is a total of $24.95, okay? Here's my point. That's $24.95. This is $24.95, all right? For black and white pieces of paper. This is $24.95. This dollar per dollar is the best buy that you can get. The Tactical Maps Reincarnated. This thing is amazing, and it even has on the folders, as you can see, on the pockets, it has your different creature sizes comparison, your spheres, your cone templates and stuff. And you get, look at all these maps you get. You get 10 double-sided maps, 20 maps. Why couldn't you do this for this? So people can use these maps with a 1-inch grid like these. And these are color. I know that these were going to be black and white. But why couldn't you do that for this? It doesn't make any sense. But all of these maps are from D&D 3.5 and D&D 4th edition. And these maps are beautiful, guys. There's 20 double-sided maps. I mean, if you don't have this, you need to get this. And like I said, you don't even need to use it for D&D. You can use it for Pathfinder, Dragon Age, or any other fantasy-based game out there. And there's 10 double-sided maps for $25. And in fact, I think it's even cheaper on Amazon. But if you can find this at your game store, I recommend shopping at your game store. Keep them in business, guys. The game stores have a hell of a time trying to compete with Amazon and eBay. So, and then I have a couple of other fold-out maps that I've got from like D&D 4th edition. Here's a map of Neverwinter. I don't even know where I got this. I don't even know. Here's another fold-out screen. I don't even know where I got this. This is a D&D 3.5 map that I've had sitting around for a long time. So, yeah. And then here's the character sheets. I like these character sheets. There's several different types of character sheets. I believe this is less than $10 at your game store also. And there's like all kinds of magic. There's like a melee-based character sheet, a spellcaster type of character sheet. Sorry about the lighting and stuff. They're just so bright. And then there's like spell sheets and stuff. So this is actually really nice. It has all of your actions in combat on the pockets. Yeah, really nice, guys. I mean, for less than $10, you can buy it one time and then photocopy them. They're actually a really nice weighted paper as well. So check out the 5e character sheets. Another great supplement to have as well. So last but not least, I have some supplemental stuff to kind of show you guys this stuff. Talking about maps and stuff. I love maps. I love the D&D 4th edition tiles. I have the 50 different tile sets that are in 4th edition. They started with Descent into Avernus. They started making these special box sets that have, an 11-piece set of dice, some cloth maps, and other cool little goodies that you would use for like Descent into Avernus. And I've noticed that they've been putting these out post Descent into Avernus. So there's one for Wild Mount, there's one for Ghost Marsh and stuff. So these are pretty cool. I actually had Wizards of the Coast sent this to me. And I actually liked what I saw. I looked it up. I didn't open it up, but I looked it up to see what was in it. And there's actually quite a bit of stuff. Goodies for, Descent into Avernus. There's a bunch of different character folios that you can get. There's one with Drizzt and stuff, the Demogorgon. And what it is it's basically got a couple of pockets on it. You can put your character sheets. And then it has a bunch of the... here's some pages that you could put character sheets in. Here's pockets for spell cards and stuff. Really nice. I think they're about $10 a piece at the game store. They were like $8 or $10 a piece. You could put quite a few spell cards in here and stuff. So you can get these character folios. I wish they were in a harder type of material instead of being so flimsy. They're just easier to store that way. Just my opinion. But they're actually really nice. Also, then there's the Dungeons and Dragons Reincarnated tiles. These are originally done in 3.5 and in 4th edition, but these particular box sets were originally from 4th edition. And as part of the Essentials line, D&D Essentials. And there's 3 of them. Here's the City, there's also the Wilderness, and then there's the Dungeon. And inside, there are a bunch of sheets of tiles that I'll show you. And the box is actually the same material as a tile, pretty much, just a little bit thinner. And you can do like, here's roofs, and here's a a hall between all of the different rooftops. So you can do a chase scene. There's little grids on here. They're 1-inch grids. And these are about, I believe they're about $20 a piece. $25 a piece, pardon me, at your game store. And inside you get a bunch of tiles. I think there's 10 or 12 sheets in here. Let's read. So there's 16. So there's 16 double-sided sheets in here that have nothing but tiles that are for the city. And you can just put these beside each other. There's, inside of buildings, there's all kinds of cobblestone. And there's sewers, all kinds of docks. And this is great stuff. Small little buildings. Good stuff to run D&D games in. These were part of, D&D 4th edition. So, D&D 4th edition was beautiful for utilities for playing D&D 4th edition. It was great. Pick these up for $25 a piece. You might be able to get them cheaper at your game store. Who knows? But there you go, 16 tiles in each one of these, and yeah, it's fun to make maps and have encounters and stuff and all that great stuff. So like I said, there's a city, wilderness, which is all like forest and different lakes and encampment sites and stuff like that. And then there's obviously dungeon tiles, and it's all nothing but dungeon stuff. And then there's all kinds of like accessories like trap pits and statues and fires and little patches of mushrooms and stuff. So these are actually really good. You can mix and match them. I've actually built a dungeon and a cave out of the 2 different packs. I made a video on that, so that was pretty fun. So there you go, everybody. That is my entire D&D 5th edition, and that wraps up everything on what's on Dave's shelf behind me. So if you guys have any questions, just refer to the videos, and I hope you guys enjoyed this series. And like I said, I'll be making I'll make a Starfinder video every year and a D&D 5e video every year for the products from the previous year. So I'll keep those updated. So thanks everybody for watching. Let me know what you think down in the comments section down below. And thumbs the videos up. And also subscribe to my YouTube channel. So until next time, everybody, happy gaming, stay safe, and take care of one another. Bye, everybody.